the state of wrestling in the UK, and not in a negative light.
I know.
But we can sit here and give you, we can, wax lyrical about what's wrong with it. But I was looking at,
collegiate.
So we went, obviously yesterday we went to the Southern Region first kind of, I'll say it was Southern Region training.
It was more of an inter-club.
Inter-club, yeah.
Inter-club grassroots training.
Grassroots training. So we the idea of that is to kind of, so the whole thing
together
about
by a very blessed person.
General Sherfy.
General Sherfy from Bison Wrestling.
Is it Bison?
Bison's Wrestling, yeah, Bison.
Yeah.
As
Bison
in a
wrestling.
bison.
Yeah. Not M. Bison. Yeah, so Bison Wrestling. So, like, the whole idea is to get kind of more sparring partners, share ideas, share, practices, techniques.
Yeah.
And obviously yesterday I was speaking to him, and there's a kind of a divide between the South and the North, right?
Always.
Wrestling is a big thing to kind of tackle, you need lots of money. You look at all the sports. I was looking into British cycling and the way they changed, like since before 2012 or 2008, I can't remember exactly. I don't think they won one medal since the start of, and they managed to change it overnight. But they had lots of money and lots of and people with fresh new ideas.
You had visionaries, bro.
Exactly.
And they were real. They didn't want it just for the money.
This is it. So we were chatting yesterday. I was like, because obviously we all love wrestling, and we see the benefit that it brings, the athlete and the student. And he was saying to me, obviously the kids that come, like there's minimal parent involvement, so the kids kind of just come on their own. If they, when they hit a certain age, especially in the teens.
Yeah.
So I started looking at different countries. How is wrestling run? Then I came across the scholastic system in America. Yeah. So I'll just bring it up quickly. I'll read it out to you. I'm sure you know some of this, but so like their season structure. Yeah. So it runs from October or November till March. Yeah, so school starts in September, so they've got a month or two, I guess. People off season, innit? So people to lose weight and get back into training and stuff. Then they have like, so it says competition begins late October, November, and continues until February. Post-season competition usually continues from February to March. So there's two types of competition. So this is what is interesting: dual meets. Yeah. In your region, which is like, let's imagine the Southern region. This is something I've thought about. So imagine you have 10 clubs, yeah? Those 10 clubs, it's like football basically, like the Premier League, yeah? Those 10 clubs meet each other across the season, right? So you'll have a league table. So you'll fight, you'll compete against each other, home and away. So you go to their club and then they come to your club. So each club, so imagine there's 5 clubs. So you'll have 10 meets, yeah? Then you kind of score it based on how many wins, how many pins, how many techs, how many whatever. And then at the end, you'll
score them.
You'll score them and there's a winner overall.
Hierarchy,
Yeah, there's a winner overall. Now with that, what that does, because that's it's a closed circuit, you're not really on the day, you know who you're going to be wrestling. What happens is you start to kind of... you'll have your rivalries, you'll have... It really does... It brings a... What's the word?
I've got a cine film of my dad doing exactly that.
You got what, sorry?
A cine film, an 8mm old, like, black and white, of my dad doing exactly that. So France versus England, England versus Germany, such and such versus... And do you know how you'd start? You line up, meet each other, and each weight will shake everybody's hand and give him a gift.
Oh, okay.
And he'll gift him back.
Yeah.
Maybe the flag of the club or something, And they've done that. That's not a new...
it's not new. It's not new.
We've lost it here.
But we don't have it here. Yeah, because if you think about it...
Sorry.
Sorry. What did you say? So, if you think about it, apart from the British... Apart from the British and the English and the Midlands, that's 3 comps, right? And you got like a Aspel. Aspel run.
Aspel do one. Ireland does one. Scotland does one.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that's a lot of traveling.
But if you had it in your region,
so you could.
So what is preventing this from happening is two things: it's egos.
Yeah.
And people starting to put their 2 pence worth in when they were not talking in the first place, and it's not having enough competitors.
Yeah, I actually think there's enough competitors.
I just think. So
I just think there's no. But that's what we're trying to do with this whole southern region, is to get joined up thinking, innit? So, hopefully we can try and do something.
Like I said, you're going to need people like obviously like Shafi.
There needs to be more cooperation.
Yeah. It's got to be less about you and the club. It's about
more about the wrestling. More about wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with this dual meet stuff,
we did it a few times, didn't we? We did it a few times.
And it worked really well. But I think if you think of it, you'll be. If we did the first one again, we're talking out loud here, straight on the podcast. But if you did it monthly, or twice a month, and you run it through the whole year, I mean that could again. Then you can fit in all those other competitions as well, and then now you've got a really healthy competition circuit that is not too taxing, innit?
Because what you want to do is you want to be in a situation where you're developing wrestlers to feel confident to wrestle rather than on the day of the tournament having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Like if you look at some really good wrestlers who come to the club, when they wrestle, they're at peace. Yeah. And when you go to tournaments, you see them lying flat on the back, they get up, they wrestle and they go lie down because it's nothing new for them.
That's because they compete regularly.
Yes, exactly.
And I think having 3 competitions, you should compete because those are big competitions.
Yeah.
Really should have, like for example, if you look at jiu-jitsu, every weekend you've got some sort of comp.
Yeah.
And not all of them are like
and to be fair,
IBJJF, right?
I don't want to blow BJJ's horn, which I should because I like it too. I reckon they should just hand over wrestling to BJJ. I was so impressed with the BJJ tournaments. I mean, BJJ.
But the difference is, bro. This is the difference between BJJ and wrestling. Yeah. And there's nothing stopping us from this. The BWA, they organise those big tournaments. I would compare the BWA to IBJJF.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're the national body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, every other competition outside that is run privately, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's private companies that are running these
what I'm trying to say
tournaments.
To you is the efficiency. Like, I think it'd be nice to see what Bradley Hill says because he competed at one of the championships of wrestling, and he will probably.
Are you talking about the organisation of the day? And all that
like,
stuff?
In BJJ, bro, you go in, when you're fighting. Like, I look forward to going to a BJJ tournament.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be home within 2 hours.
Yeah.
But with the British, you leave at 5 in, get home probably the next day at 1, 2 in the morning. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's heartbreaking.
And I think partly, again, I'm trying, there's not enough wrestlers.
Yeah.
There's not enough people competing.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's not enough wrestlers. I just think there's not enough people competing wrestling. I think there's a lot of people who are there's more people now wrestling than there's ever been in the UK, bro.
Yeah.
If you look at the advent of MMA and a lot of jiu-jitsu guys want to do the wrestling and stuff, yeah. But I think if we try and, because if we leave everything in the governing body's hands all the time, I think there needs to be incentive for other people to hold competitions. Does that make sense? And I think rule set as well. Make the rule set a bit more friendly, because not every tournament has to be Olympic rule set. You can have takedown tournaments. You could have, I don't know, whatever.
Positional sparring.
You can, like, you've got EBI rules. You can be a bit creative if it's outside and it's not none of that is going to be seeded stuff, right? So it's just for, I think that also will bring attention to wrestling, innit? And get people to wrestle more, which.